I mean, I read a little bit about what this cause means to you, but tell us a little bit about why it means so much, how it's so personal to you, and how you got a part of this.
Okay, well, so firstly, with muscular dystrophy, my mom and my grandmother actually passed away from it in 2004, and it's been something that's ran down the mother's side of my family. My mother is living with it, my uncle's living with it, and that's really where it started. Just watching my mom struggle and go through battles, and truthfully, then just being a college football athlete, meeting my agent Ed, and me telling him how important it is to me, and him telling me ways my platform. So after 3 years of using my platform, it actually just worked out to team up with Muscular Dystrophy Association, formally, after I feel like I've done so much work on just my end of it from my passion. And that's why I'm so super excited to be part of the team of Muscular Dystrophy.
Since you are the 2021 national spokesperson for the Muscular Dystrophy Association, tell us about how fans can get involved with that, or even donate or follow the calls. Tell us a little bit about that.
So I know for sure the next thing coming up is our St. Patrick's Day fundraiser, which is the MDA Shamrocks. Basically, you can just purchase, at your local checkout at thousands of retailers over the country. You can purchase Shamrocks. It literally says, like my shirt, MDA Shamrocks. And really, it's just for support of the muscular dystrophy and the 300,000 Americans that have a neuromuscular disease. And it's helping funding, and it's just also showing support.
Now, I do want to talk a little bit about some of the big news that recently happened with the Colts, because you guys got Carson Wentz. What was your initial reaction to that trade, and what's been the overall reaction from some of the leaders in the locker room?
Honestly, for me personally, when I saw it, I had a feeling. I've always been a big fan of Carson. I had a great feeling we might get him. I didn't really know. It seems like he fits our system as the quarterback we need, and I feel like myself, and I can speak for other teammates, we're all excited for him. We're a really great team at, not giving up sacks and having a quarterback that has an extra dimension with his legs. I think he's going to add extra dimension to our offense and make us more dangerous. And I feel like we have one of the best offenses in the NFL so far. We have a great run game. We have a mobile quarterback now. We're obviously going to be able to throw the ball, so I'm excited.
Have you had a conversation with him yet?
Yes, I texted him probably 3 or 4 days after the trade. I wanted to wait. I saw him all over social media, so I kind of waited a little bit of time. But I talked to him and texted him, and we've connected.
Did you give him any advice about living in Indy or just being a part of the team?
No, not really. The advice to Indy, he probably has a great team that can give a great team around him that has a lot more resources than I do probably. But really, I didn't really tell him, give him much advice about the team. I told him he's going to like the guys. You're going to like the culture of our locker room. And I feel like when I speak on behalf of the Colts and just our entire team, I think we've done a great job of, having a great image and, being positive in the community and having the right guys. And that's why I think we're winning football games.
Yeah. Quarterbacks, by the nature of the position, have to be leaders on and off the field. From what you have been able to speak with him, and you said you're a big fan of him, what leadership qualities do you think he can also bring to Indy for you guys?
I think really he just has to be himself. I think from him, he's asked me a lot of questions in my personal life, which is cool. I think, he cares. He's going to show, that he loves us, and he's going to do everything he can as a leader. Because even as a leader, you can be the leader, but you still have to earn our trust. And I think that's all you have to do as a quarterback. You just have to do what you have to do to earn our trust. And with us, we're loyal guys. We have the right guys. And there's not a lot of stuff going on in our locker room. So it's not going to be hard to earn our trust. You just have to go be Carson. And whatever Carson that is, we're going to love him for it.
Wentz was an MVP candidate in 2017 with Frank Reich. As you know, Frank left for Indy, and Wentz, it seems like, never really recaptured that magic. But now that they're reunited, can you speak to the importance of coach-player relationships in terms of a player's on-field success and how important that is?
Honestly, not even just talking about Carson and Frank, just as a whole, as athletes, the coach, especially coach like track, football, basketball, that coach relationship is important because if you feel like you're not wanted, it's going to affect your performance. Like if you feel like you're not wanted somewhere, if there's problems between you and your coach and you guys aren't seeing eye to eye, I think that affects performance. So I think obviously the fact that Carson has a great rapport with Frank is really, really exciting for me to hear, knowing that the last time he was close to the MVP year was with our head coach. I think the things are just lining up for us to have a great year, for him to he's going to come back hungry, and things may not happen the way he wanted them to, but he's here and he has a fresh start, and that's what we're excited about. Nobody cares about the past year. We're all worried about what he's going to do for us in the future, and we think it's going to be big things.
Jonathan Taylor really took off at the end of his rookie year, and clearly he's going to be a centerpiece of this offense going forward. You seem to complement each other so well with what you guys bring to the backfield. How do you see this relationship working going forward, and how would you describe you guys as a 1-2 punch?
Just honestly, first off, just we're, the 1-2 punch. We really just we've bought into that. Even Jordan, we're all the running backs. We have a lot of love and respect from each other. We always help each other, and I think really just the biggest thing with us is just we're gonna do what we always have done. Not worry about the 1-2 punch. Just if they call 21, 28, or 20, or even 25, whoever goes in there, we're gonna do our job to uphold that standard. And I think as a running back group, that's what makes it so good because we know what the standard is, and we all can play at a high level. That's really what we're gonna do. And I think JT truthfully is gonna be one of the best in the league. So honestly, my job is another running back is just help JT get to that level. And when JT comes off, make sure, even though it's going to be hard, make sure there's no fall off from JT to myself. And Jordan saying the same thing about when he's in, JT and myself are out. Just make sure there's no fall off when overtraining. And JT set the bar pretty high, so I'm going to challenge myself to do that.
A lot of off-season chatter has been about Deshaun Watson wanting out of Houston. If you were to leave the division and with you guys getting Wentz, where does that put the Colts in the hierarchy of the AFC South, you think?
I think I think every year we have a chance to win. Obviously, the AFC South is a little bit wild. I think a lot of times the division's kind of open to anybody because I feel like our division is it's not really top heavy. I feel like we all kind of beat up on each other a little bit, so to speak. So I think every year it could be anybody. Like the past 3 years, we've had somebody. The past 2 or 3 years, somebody different has won. I feel like the Texans have won the past 2 years, the Titans last year. So maybe hopefully this year we can get a win. But each year it seems like we've been competing for it. Like we were only a game out of it last year, and each year nobody just wins it just willingly. It always goes down to the last game of the year to figure out who's winning. So I'm excited for it.
How relieved would you be if you didn't have to see Deshaun twice a year anymore?
Oh, super relieved. Just as relieved as J.J. Watt leaving or Jalen Ramsey leaving the conference or DeAndre Hopkins. I was excited to see those guys go. So, I mean, Deshaun's a good friend of mine. I'm going to hate not seeing him play, but he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league right now. So if he wants to leave our division, I'm not going to be mad.
Yeah. So I'm from actually Indiana, so I'm a big Colts fan, low key. I feel like a lot of this past season, you guys were very underrated. I know that's just me saying that as I'm not being a Colts fan, but it's really true. And with Wentz coming back, what are your expectations for the team now that he's reunited with Frank Reich and you guys have one of the top defenses and offenses? What are those expectations you have for him now that he's going to be your new quarterback?
Not for him, it's a team expectation. Everybody wants to win the Super Bowl. So last year we were 11-5. We went to the wild card. So this year we're going to try to go past that. But the thing is, we're going to just focus one game at a time because those 5 games are so far away, but it's one game. All those games are going to add up to the experience of how we're going to win playoff games. And I think that's what last year was. Last year we went 11-5. I think, I think we have a short opportunity to be a really good team, next 2 or 3 years. And I think, that game right there, hopefully is going to us not capitalizing opportunities, like us missing 2-point conversions and us not executing on the offensive side. That's going to build us. And hopefully we bring Carson along with that. But Carson wasn't a part of that experience last year, but we all were. And we know how it is to come up short. So we're going to learn from that. And we're going to have a great guy who's going to, take care of the football and do what Carson does. He's going to make plays. So I think that's what's going to help us take that step in the right direction.